Hey, thanks for tuning in to Set Your Mind podcast. My last episode touched on sin, and I realized that I want to talk to you about sin. I want to talk to you about that experience I had where the Holy Spirit nudged me to get up, stand up because I was in sin. What is sin? And what did that look like? What does this mean? Let's talk.
What if there truly are no limitations? What if miracles are possible? How do we live in that arena? Only when you set your mind.
I think when we really dive deep into what causes our minds to be corrupted, to be disheveled, to be inadequate, maybe even stuck, whatever the thing is that we are dealing with, there's only two things that are causing our struggle: sin and wounds. Now, you might be listening to this and thinking, Jenny, you're getting spiritual. I hear that all the time. Oh, that's the spiritual perspective. Well, the thing about everything that's not spiritual is that its foundation is spiritual. And so we can ignore the spiritual. We can ignore the spiritual all day long, but I'm a spiritual life coach, so I'm going to bring you back to the spiritual. And when I talk about sin, I think it's super interesting. I gave a testimony last podcast episode where I'm hearing a sermon on sin and I'm thinking that it's a great sermon, not realizing that I was in sin. I was in sin outside of the 10 Commandments. I thought that God's rule book was the 10 Commandments. I was good for those. I was an ethical businesswoman and there was nothing wrong with my life. When the Holy Spirit nudged me to stand up, altar call was stand up if you have sin in your life. And when I stood up, and I had a revelation. What's cool about that is that when we walk in obedience, when we actually do the thing that God has called us to do, we get revelation, we get maturity, we get things that we wouldn't actually get unless we walked in obedience. So that's like a secret. I think that obedience opens up understanding that you'll never get unless you're obedient. And there's even things that happen in our lives that you don't necessarily realize are obedience. One example of that is going to dinner with somebody that might scare you, or making a phone call of somebody that you're afraid of. These little things are actually acts of obedience. And obedience is usually something that's hard, honestly. I think we can flippantly say obedience, and I thought I was obedient. I had my list of the 10 Commandments all checked off, but obedience might mean building that business. Obedience might mean making that phone call. Obedience might mean having the conversation or engaging with people and doing things that you necessarily wouldn't do of your own volition. So I'm on this journey, guys. I'm on this journey of obedience. I did my first live on Facebook in 2020. That was out of obedience. I was on my face and heard, go live, go give your testimony. Okay, I'm live. It's so exciting. So I've been grappling with this because I don't really share my testimony, and I think it's really important right now. I don't think I can be quiet anymore, you know? That scared the heck out of me. Fast forward 2024, I started doing it very regularly. Fast forward to the end of 2024, I heard YouTube. Here I am on YouTube. This is all of it, an act of obedience. Straight up an act of obedience. And the funny thing about this is that I never would have done it. I never would have tried to be seen, tried to be presentable. Everything I had done up until this point has been performance for somebody else's dream, performance for somebody else's business, performance. I'm here now performing for myself and for Him, right? For God. This is not a performance that I'm having to fit myself into. This is actually very authentically me. I'm actually learning and I'm growing and I'm figuring out how to actually have a conversation with you. I know that I'm not there yet because literally, you guys, I walk my dog and preach sermons. I've been doing that for the last 6 or 7 years. And the things that come out of my mouth when I'm walking my dog, I can't even begin to tell you what I say. I mean, I think they're hit them out of the ballpark kind of sermons, right? I'm odd. I'm a little bit odd still. And I'm a little bit stressed out when I do these videos. Afterwards, it exhausts me. But I know that I'm walking into the fullness of life, and I know that I'm doing what God has for me. And I also know that this obedience will yield healing and growth and strength, and I will come out a stronger person with different perspective because I'm having an experience that I'd never had before. And that's what obedience will do to you. It'll give you experiences that you wouldn't necessarily have if you weren't listening to a higher source that is leading and directing you to do what's actually scary. That's obedience. That's what we're talking about, obedience. I thought we were talking about sin. We're talking about obedience. Obedience helps you get free, actually. And then, I don't know, you guys, honestly, if I'm gonna be honest about what I offer the world, I offer simplicity. I heard this one guy say, the gospel is simply profound and profoundly simple. I can think really deep, but I try to make those concepts really easy. So I'm on an incredible growth journey. I hope that you're on a growth journey. I hope that you are gaining boldness and confidence to go out there and do whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Because everybody has a different call and everybody has a different assignment, and your assignment is specific to you. The way that you were knit and created in your mother's womb is specific to you. Nobody else will understand it necessarily, but you have to do it because that's why you're here. That is your purpose. May you find the source of life. May you find Jesus. May you know him. May you know his voice. May you be enfolded into the relationship of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And may you be blessed beyond anything you could ever dream or imagine. I love you guys, and I look forward to tuning in next week.